Before I get started, I want to make it clear that I've never got on with the Resident Evil mechanics. I couldn't get my head around the fixed camera of the earlier games, or the way the characters moved at a snail's pace when raising a firearm at the incoming zombies. But with a remaster / adaptation of the most celebrated Resident Evil released in the middle of the gaming dry season, I thought I'd give it a look, and I'm so glad I did. With the revamped graphics and the excellent lighting effects, this game's polish is outstanding. With stomach-churning noises haunting you at every corner, you'll be praying to get to the end of each corridor safely, and the zombies you encounter make this a prayer that will go unanswered. Capcom have made even one zombie a formidable foe, easy to pick off from a distance, but almost impossible to keep down. I felt like a boss dodging one zombie after another before realising my pro spin moves had pinned me against a wall with 3 or 4 incoming brain munchers looking to make me their main meal. Unfortunately, I can't quite say the same tension and dramatic effect can be found in the dialogue. Let me explain. The very first zombie Claire faces at a gas station at the start of the game received a nice few shots to the face, courtesy of yours truly, and this is her reaction. Yep, a whole lot of nothing. If it had been me, I'd have given a fairly convincing impression of a terrified 4-year-old girl. Maybe though, Claire isn't as sweet and innocent as Capcom make you think. This is only backed up further by her nonchalant summary of the day's events.
Hell of a night, huh?
I mean, look at her playing with these guys.
What the hell is up with you?
Moving on, I have to highlight one of the cooler features in this game, the boarding of windows. I thought this was such a good idea and provided one of the few moments in the game where you feel you have a chance of surviving. Using those boards prevents any further intruders and voila, peace for like 10 whole seconds. And I have to mention the boss battles. Skillfully designed, disgustingly devilish, you can actually use your secondary weapons to counter even these biggies, and for me this seamlessly merged into the cutscene that ended the fight in one instance. It felt like something out of a film and needed to be highlighted. The weapons also make you feel unstoppable. The projectile impact, graphics, and end result of singed zombie sinew, try saying that 5 times, giving me shudders as I traipse through blackened guts on my way down the corridors. Though of course, in true zombie game fashion, the bigger the gun, the bigger the zombie. Naturally, they're terrifying.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
What?
For me, none more than the lickers, which aren't the most powerful, but definitely the quickest and most infuriating. Even Mr. X was in my opinion not too much of a trouble, but mixed with the lickers and boom, instant chaos ensues. Before you know it, grenades are flying, you're shoving herbs down your throat, and Mr. X barely even breaks a sweat. For a big guy, he really does come out of nowhere too, which I think makes him perfect for this game. Let me explain. There's a lot of backtracking in this game, but not in the negative way you'd expect. There's always something to come back for, and as you find more tools, you unlock more areas, and where without Mr. X you may become cocky about areas you revisit, his potentially sudden arrival keeps you right on the edge of your seat, and squashes any arrogance you may have had the courage to summon. All this, and the extremely tight inventory that forces you to stare at the screen for 5 minutes, figuring out which items to lose forever in the middle of a zombie attack, is just perfect. It summons the exquisitely delicious cocktail of anxiety, stress, fear, and isolation we all love to experience in our zombie survival horror games. And for me, this game easily earns a 9 out of 10 hands down. And none of this even considers that second runs yield different endings, unlock new characters, and let you play in different costumes. The stories may be short at around 7 hours, but replaying them 3 or 4 times without feeling monotonous is an achievement unto itself, and Capcom have to be praised for that. I cannot wait for the next Resident Evil, and I'm happy to say that Capcom have brought into the fold yet another fan of the Resident Evil series, as if they needed any more. Horror and survival happen to be one of my favourite game genres, so this was an easy sell. But if you're on the fence, I would still urge you to go out and buy it. It's not even the full retail price of a AAA game at £60, it's £40. Really, go out and buy it. It's a brilliant game and has plenty of replay value. In fact, I think I'm going to go and play my 4th run now. So, until the next time, this is the Nerdy Gamer, signing off. Right, where did I leave my gun? I know it was next to the herbs somewhere.